Now, in the professional markets, when we refer to currencies and commodities, we use three letters. These are designated by the ISO, which is the International Organization for Standardization. It just means we all know that we're talking about the same currency or the same commodity. Now, what normally happens is the first two letters denote the country, the third letter denotes the currency. So the one that we all know is the US, United States dollar. Now, other examples include Sweden, SE for Sweden, K for krona. Now, how good were you at school with chemistry? Look at this one, XAU, gold. AU is a symbol for gold from aurum in Latin. What if it had been XAG? X is just the generic symbol we use, AG is a chemical symbol for silver. Now let's take a look at some of the other currencies you like to come across, and let's see how good your geography is, because you'll need to know that if you want to know how the markets really refer to some of these currencies. So let's take some other currencies and see how good your geography is. So we're starting with US dollar, we all know that. CHF, that's the Swiss franc. Now, third one, NZD, that's the New Zealand dollar. Now, the reality is we refer to this as the kiwi. The kiwi, some of you may know, is a national bird, a tiny little thing found in New Zealand. So if kiwi's getting stronger, the New Zealand dollar is heading up. What else have we got to look at? We've got GBP. GB, Great Britain. P for pound, the Great British Pound. Maybe, maybe not, who knows these days. Then we've got SEK. SEK, Sweden, krona, we've already spoken about that. But what is the capital of Sweden? It's Stockholm. So in the markets, we refer to this currency as the stocky. So if I said to you, give me stocky and 50, I mean 50 million Swedish krona. Next along the list, AUD, Australian dollar. Again, most of you are aware this is known as the Aussie. What other currencies have we got? Next we've got EUR, the euro, nothing interesting there. Then we have DKK. What's DKK? DK for Denmark, K for krona. Now, what is the capital of Denmark? Copenhagen. So we call this copy. So if a dealer calls me up and is looking at stocky copy, Swedish against Danish. And then we have KRW, KR for Korea, South Korea, W for won. And finally, what have we got? Three more currencies left. CAD, the Canadian dollar. Now, if you listen to some of the big financial channels like Bloomberg, CNBC, and so on, you'll hear them talk about the loonie. This is referring to the Canadian dollar. Now, the loon is a bird native to Canada, which is found on the Canadian dollar coin. So you get the little coin, you've got a picture of the loon. So if somebody says loonie's getting stronger, it's not a crazy guy working out down at the gym. It just means the Canadian dollar is heading up, getting stronger. After the Canadian dollar, we've got the Norwegian krona. Now, what is the capital of Norway? Oslo, right? But we don't call the Norwegian krona the Oslo or anything, it's just called the Noki. So if you want to do Swedish against Norwegian, you do stocky, Noki. And finally, we've got the Japanese yen, one of the major currencies. So when people talk about the majors, they're talking about dollar, euro, yen. Well, I hope you found that interesting. There are loads of other currencies out there. I haven't even touched on the African or the South American or half of the Asian currencies. But these are things you have to learn if you're going to trade or deal in the financial markets.